took the too much pot brownie, and I texted him maybe an hour and a half later. Hey man, I've been tap dancing on my patio for the last 20 minutes so that my heart wouldn't explode. Thanks for the brownie.
Yeah.
Almost took myself to Cedar-Sinai.
You don't do pot brownies are bad.
Yeah.
See, I wish you said tap dancing, and I wish that was some of the side effects of drugs. It's like sure you have hallucinations, but I wish it's like but I also got really good at carpentry. Like
you ever know anybody who does meth? I had an ex-boyfriend that did a lot of meth.
Yeah.
And he got really good at collage making, guitar playing, furniture rearrange. I swear to God.
Wow.
And I didn't catch on forever.
Yeah.
But like every week he'd rearrange all the furniture, and I'm like, are you on drugs? Like, finally.
Yeah.
Looking to up your collage game? Try meth.
I mean,
tired of your furniture always being in the same place?
Yeah.
Tired of not grinding your teeth enough in the middle of the afternoon?
Who needs teeth?
And
Meth.
Yeah.
Like, we're getting to the point now where yes, weed is legal in a lot of places, and eventually I'm guessing that pretty much all the other drugs will be legal. But will there be commercials for it?
For pot?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, they'll be great too.
Which
I mean,
that's a great bit already. Oh
yeah.
my God.
I mean,
fast food commercials are pretty much, those not Carl's Jr. What's the Taco Bell ones? And Jack in the Box, really? Didn't they have one where the guy literally did everything but hit a bong? I mean, he was like, he pulled up and he was like,
2 tacos for 99 cents.
He was like, can I get some M&Ms? They're like, this is a drive-through. He's like, oh shit, can I get some peanut M&Ms?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, they should do.
Wait, what was you?
Are we rolling already?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Wait, will you speak of your ex's
I love
collages?
comedians so much. Like, we don't. This is how we normally
I know.
talk, so I never fucking.
yeah,
I
it's
know.
like when it's like we don't want that. I mean, like you and Tom on your podcast are very chill, very relaxed.
Yeah.
There's no like button you hit where you go like, hey, so that's so great that we saw you at the barbecue last week. All right, everybody, it's the About Last Night podcast. We're coming here live.
That's radio. I imagine
Right,
that's what
yeah.
you had to do.
I refused.
Did you ever see Brad when he was
Refused
in radio in San Fran?
No, but I can tell you guys both have amazing voices for this.
Thank you.
And yeah, so,
Appreciate the compliment.
so masculine and deep.
I mean,
You sound like a guy who can afford candles and candy.
I love can. You guys are very romantic.
I
in
know.
Here. I didn't realize.
Trying to set the mood.
I'm
yeah.
gonna take my shoes off. Do you mind?
No, not
I have
at all.
to sit cross-legged when I podcast.
By the way,
I'm serious. I don't like being uncomfortable.
we should quickly mention Your Mom's House podcast is fucking ginormous. Just
Yeah.
watching video of your new studio, by the way, made me so jelly.
I can't. You know
It's
what?
unbelievable.
It's something else. I tell you what. I don't know if you know this, but McDonald's
Reached out?
sponsored the show, and then we painted it yellow and red. And I'm gonna let the drama unfold.
Okay.
But it's been quite an interesting story.
So do you get like quarter pounders for life?
For free. If you watch this week's episode, we've got just a mountain of free stuff.
Did you have how many hamburgers did you have?
Listen,
I had all the hamburgers.
Clemson football team.
We had
They're
pizza.
poor college students, so I decided to give them
Get them everything. Hamburgers. Did you
What?
see that he
Yes.
pronounced it? Yeah, and then took it down.
Spelled it wrong.
And Burger King, Jimmy Kimmel showed that Burger King tweeted at Trump and said,
Sorry,
due to an enormous amount of hamburgers that were ordered, we are only serving hamburgers now.
Good troll game.
When Burger King is putting you on blast,
Yeah.
and it's like a good one.
Burger King and Wendy's both have a strong Twitter
But it's so
game.
nasty to give the players all of that shit at once, dude. Like you don't mix genres. Like it's just one bad choice, not 5 together.
Yes.
Also,
You
they're
can't do it.
already playing football.
Yeah.
That's already a bad choice.
Yeah. Yeah, they're already like their heads are all not
They had to have been somewhat disappointed. You're going to the fucking White House, man. Like you're expecting, you're probably on the way over fantasizing about like some of the insane
know.
hors d'oeuvres, like probably watermelon with cottage cheese
Yeah.
and
butlers
and shit.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Here's your Big Mac, asshole."
Yeah.
Congrats on the
What?
achievement. Here's
Yeah.
your double decker. Fuck off.
Yeah. Oh, here's the same thing you get at the one restaurant that's next to Clemson.
Yeah.
Like,
you know what I heard
Clemson's
about the
in
White
North
House?
Carolina, South Carolina. Like, yeah, that's
One
all
of
there
those.
is.
All terrible places, terrible places. Now, I heard the White House isn't as glamorous as you think it is because I've
believe
heard they have
that.
like a roach problem, a rat problem. It's run down. It's like it's supposedly not as great as it looks on the outside.
This is why he wasn't living there for so long.
Yeah,
probably.
dude. I mean,
He's like, fuck this.
he's got Mar-a-Lago or whatever.
Yeah.
What's he gonna do in the White House?
Why would
It's
they?
Not that great.
Is it just to keep like got to keep the president honest and like
that's
let him.
Yeah, so have a cockroach next to him when he sleeps.
But your mommies are in
guys are so
full
cute.
force.
I love you two so much.
I love you too. Thank you for being here.
I adore you guys both, and I love that you two are friends. How did this develop?
Like the friendship.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we met in a lights off orgy. And
I turned the lights on because I was like, how small is this hand and what is it attached to?
Yeah, because like he wanted to make sure, like, is that a kid I'm fucking? And he flipped on. Oh, midget. Okay,
and you know how
cool.
excited I was to see that it wasn't a kid.
Yes.
Because it's like, now I'm a kid fucker.
Have you guys done group sex?
Do you want to answer that question?
That's a yes.
Wait,
Brad.
like us?
No.
Together?
Oh
No,
I didn't.
But
do
I have
that.
walked in on Bradley,
Brad.
and I think vice versa with me.
What? With groups of people?
No.
not
Brad used to
groups.
have when we used to do shows at the Bray Improv when I would feature for him.
My old place.
His old place.
Yeah.
He just knows a lot of people and a lot of people that enjoy
Very open-minded.
just and people come through and look, when I saw Brad,
Such
I'll be
a
the first of all,
slut.
like I think me seeing Brad was probably more exciting than him seeing me. Like he's
Right.
like, oh, who
I
hasn't,
can
seen
vouch
a,
for that,
who hasn't
yes.
seen a Jew do doggy style before,
Right.
But for me, I was like, oh, I'm making a wish tonight. Like I'm fucking like I had not seen. I didn't know that you could go that fast. Like watching.
Is that right?
Oh, dude, yeah.
Oh,
and the tush was magical.
I fuck like rabbits, fast and scared.
What?
It's an image you can't get out of your head.
You guys are animals.
This was the
That's right,
past.
You are a
This was the
slut. I
past.
forget you're on these apps. You're doing. That's how you met your lady.
Yeah.
On all these wild apps.
Yeah. The three-way app Field. So
This
yeah.
is so outgoing. I'm not outgoing. I just realized this. We had Lisa Traeger on our show this week.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
And she was talking about apps and orgies and stuff. And I'm
fellow
like, "God."
fellow degenerates.
Yeah, degenerates. That's right. You too. Duh.
Yeah.
What's the theme?
So we're all
Feels like so long ago.
yeah,
Wait,
of
so you
course
didn't have a
guys-
crazy sexual past?
Like, I'll tell you why. Because I grew up in the 80s. I was a kid of the 80s when AIDS happened. And remember,
that scared everybody, huh?
And my mother would be like, everybody has AIDS. You're going to die from the AIDS. And then I went to college.
Your mother was Japanese?
And she was Japanese.
You do accents. We should tell people you do.
So I went to school in San Francisco, which is coupled with, there
Sure.
really was AIDS epidemic and guys doing crystal meth and butt fucking and,
Right.
Jesus.
So you
and like none of your boyfriends are straight up there. It's always like bisexual.
so
Wow,
so
so
so you
just
never
too many
had
risks.
What am I talking about?
You never
What am I-
had a slut phase?
Dude, in college, like kind of, but I was always a monogamous slut. Yeah, I think
Okay.
I'm built for marriage. Quite honestly, I'm very boring, and I like sameness. I like watching our shows and
Yeah. So all the things that like single crazy
money.
people.
emotional connection,
Who knew?
Yeah, but it's working.
intimacy. Yeah,
You met Tommy how?
at an orgy. No,
It's like I know that finger.
what's Sandals? What's the adult
No
resort?
way. In Jamaica? That's where you met him?
Yeah, we
That's
were.
so
Not kidding.
okay.
I can't.
Adam believes everything. Just so you know.
There used to be a segment on the show called "What Will Adam Believe?" because I'm so gullible.
So am I actually.
Yeah.
And I think it's just because I'm trusting, and also
Yeah.
some people are great actors, and
Yeah.
that was a great performance.
Thank you. I'm very good.
Put that on your reel.
Terrible.
Wait, where did you guys
So we
meet?
met. Okay, so we met at a comedy club, the
Okay.
Cat Club. I don't know if you ever did that one. or if
Yeah.
you had started by then. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a bringer show.
Yes.
And I was smoking a cigarette, and I was just bad attitude.
It's on Sunset, right?
On Sunset.
Yeah.
One of the guys in the Stray Cats used to own it. That was the story. And then
I thought it was the director of Cats, the musical.
how terrible is Cats? Have you seen that horse shit?
I will never see it.
Oh God.
I will buy a second My Pillow before I go see Cats. And just to give you some backstory, first one, garbage.
My Pillow.
You're
Mike
no,
Lindell,
the fucking
It's on me for taking relaxation tips from a crackhead. Like this guy
Creepy
used to think the
McCreeperson?
alphabet started with, and I'm like, hey, what other advice you got for getting sleep? Like this thing is so bad.
Is this the pillow that's been advertised? You put your arm through it. Is that one?
no.
No, this is Mike
My
Lindell,
Pillow, yeah.
former crackhead,
Yeah,
okay.
and now he's
a billionaire.
and and he's from
Came up with My Pillow.
Minnesota, and it's like it's the most comfortable pillow you've ever. And then it's
But why is
then
it the
it's-
most comfortable? Why is it My Pillow? Like what makes it
Yeah,
so
I'm like,
special?
dude, I don't know. Because
It's-
again, he's just like,
it's
I used
his-
to sleep on feet under freeways. I know what comfy feels like. And like, no, you don't, but I'm going to buy it.
It's
There's
its
the ad.
patented fill. That he's always talking about the patented fill.
It's one of those commercials that just
don't
does the job.
I've seen
You
it.
have.
Is it purple? Is that the fucking thing?
boy.
Sorry, can we curse on this show?
Oh,
Yeah,
do whatever you want.
I
yeah.
can burp and stuff?
Yes,
Okay.
oh,
Absolutely.
everything. Yeah.
Man,
Okay, so you met Tommy at the Cat Club.
The Cat Club, yeah. And he was 23 and I was 26. And he's just new to LA, and he was such a man. Like, Tom Segura was never young. Do you know what I mean?
1,000%.
Yeah.
He was born 17.
Yeah. He was born like
he was born like 45.
Yeah.
He's just got a very. He's got a. I feel like his. And you can probably attest to this. His musk is probably very manly,
yes.
right? He looks like he could be Jack Palance's brother all the time.
Yes.
Like younger brother in a cologne commercial.
100%. He's very hairy and he's very macho.
And you like that?
I loved him. He was so
Hungarian.
contained. No.
Hungarian, so the hair didn't bother you.
Is he?
Yeah, no, he's Peruvian. Half Peruvian,
yeah,
half
but
American.
Do they get along, Peruvians and Hungarians?
Hungarians hate everybody, I think.
Hungarians hate Hungarians.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, I can't speak for them. But I personally, I'm not interested. The culture's rough because the Russians kind of took it over.
Yeah.
Annexed Central Europe. And it's hard to be nice to people when you don't have bread and toilet paper. And you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
just everything's kind of miserable except for the food.
Sure. Not that it's that way now. But anyway, he's a Superman, and I just loved him. And he was always funny. Tom Segura was one of those guys. We're all open micers at the time, and he was just funnier than all of us. And I remember looking at him and being like, "This motherfucker's gonna blow up. This is his
No
game."
shit, you could tell, huh?
I knew it. Can I tell you
that.
something? Tom Segura is a goddamn winner, and I knew he was a winner. And I don't know how else to say it. The word is winner. Like, he just had a good attitude, and he was positive. He taught me how to act right. I was kind of a wild dog when we met. And he trained me to be like a civilized person. If that makes sense.
Break down Wild Dog for me, because I immediately think of Wild Hogs, the Travolta William H. Macy movie, and I'm like, were you that wild?
I haven't seen that.
Were you a middle-aged man riding a motorcycle?
Yes.
Going through a midlife crisis?
Yes. No, I just didn't do stuff right. Like, immigrants don't do shit right. For like, you know what I mean? Like,
Hot
Dennis is
take.
some weird
Christina P. saying immigrants don't do shit right.
you don't. You get your car insurance from some little Chinese guy in Alhambra in a weird, you know what I mean? Like, when your tires, you need new tires. I got a friend, a Romanian guy down the street who can, it's always shady. It's always shifty kind of stuff. So he taught me how to like pay taxes and go to a proper dentist and do shit right.
Well,
huge,
American.
He's doing a bang up job because as we were walking in, you looked at the thing outside and said, "Oh, that's a pergola."
Is that right?
And you know the difference between a pergola and a gazebo. So you classy as fuck. Christina
No,
P.
you know the difference because you knew the word.
I do too. But
Is your wife and all? She teaches you all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now we're both civilized.
Because were you an animal before you married her? Yeah. Did you have a mattress on the floor like my husband with no frame?
Never had that. Always had. Someone gave me some great advice when I was young. They're like, spend money on your TV, spend money on your bed.
Yeah.
It's the best advice you'll ever get.
Did Mike Lindell give you that advice, the MyPillow guy?
Yes.
You're right. That is a big move, and because I guess that makes you enjoy your place of home, right?
Where do you sleep? How many hours a day? Every day.
That was the first thing I did when I quit Universal Studios. When I got fired from Universal Studios.
Get fired from that job?
They said, hand in your claws and your fake abs. Wolverine no longer lives here. No, they didn't. But it was very sad, and I got very combative with one of my bosses because it was so fucked up.
Oh no.
Yeah. Let's talk about that more.
How did they fire? Is there any good way to get fired though? Like, no, it always sucks.
Have you ever been fired?
Tons.
No kidding.
I had 22 jobs in 4 years before I became a comedian.
What?
Whoa.
And I was fired from, I'd say, half.
Like what kind of jobs?
Dude, you name it. I would have worked at Universal. I think I looked into that.
You would have crushed it. You would have been a great Princess Fiona.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I love her.
Yeah.
I like that Shrek. I did.
And that was one of the lines you had to say. I like that Shrek, and just walk aaround saying that, and everyone's like, "Is that from the movie?"
Like, she's not a character on anything.
Is she doing meth?
Weird.
Why is she wearing French?
Wait, where?
Okay, so I was like I worked in a cannery. I worked as a parking lot attendant. You know those booths that people sit in? It's actually kind of a great job.
I mean, you just kind of sit there.
You sit there, you can read, you can smoke cigarettes, write jokes.
Yeah.
See your friends, get high.
Yeah.
That's a great job.
All you gotta do is walk up to people and say $10.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. It's so easy, right?
Yeah.
I PA'd on a ton of stuff.
Sure.
I wasn't
I
a
did that
very
a bunch.
good PA. I waitressed. I was a cocktail waitress. I worked at the Formosa. I don't know if
Love
still
that.
there?
The cafe, yeah.
Yeah.
It's still there.
The Moustache Cafe used to be across the street from the Improv.
Okay.
French dining. I worked there. I was terrible at that. And
Did you enjoy? What about the service industry appealed to you? And
money.
Then, yeah.
That's it.
And you're good. You're so sweet and personable, right? Where you just
money.
you racked it up.
Oh,
yeah.
No, I had a degree in philosophy is what happened. And I graduated from college. And
all
I was
those
like,
high-paying philosophy jobs out there.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
see, that's so interesting to me, though, because going into it, you were probably like, fuck yeah, I'm going to get this degree.
Yeah.
And then were you thinking of, like, life as in philosophy? And then, like, when did it switch and you go, wait, I actually don't want anything to do with this?
No, what happened was, in order to convince my immigrant parents to pay for my college with a degree in philosophy, I had to promise them I was going to go to law school. And that was going to be the trajectory. And I went to law school, and after about 2 weeks, I was like, this isn't for me. And I dropped out, and it was an $8,000 mistake, I believe. It cost
Holy
me
shit.
$8,000. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
And then, I couldn't do it. My soul was dying slowly. Excuse me. And then I became a paralegal, an immigration paralegal.
No shit.
That was pretty cool. Pre 9/11, so I got to bring a lot of people into this country.
Wow. So we
I
blame
actually
you.
like that one. Yeah, it's my fault. I brought in those guys. I did a ton.
That
You
is
name it, I've done it.
insane.
But I needed to do that to get to comedy. Like,
Well,
don't you find that
You have to live a life,
Yeah.
and you have to have stories, and you
Yeah.
have to have experiences. Because because now you can talk about, don't you hate it when at your job you're asked to blank
Right.
because you've had that.
Oh, and if you haven't worked in customer service, you're not a fucking person. Everybody should have to
Yep, I did
serve.
it multiple times. I worked in the customer service booth at Albertsons, the grocery store, for 2.5 years.
Oh,
Why I haven't talked about the
Let's talk
countless
about it.
stories that I have is, I mean, I could do a whole hour on Albertsons, and maybe I will at some point.
Tell me everything. What's the biggest complaint you get? What
I
is
mean,
it?
well, I'll just give you one real quick. A woman came in
Love
once.
it.
We had an A+ soda machine outside the store, right?
Yeah,
I think
which
like
is-
sold separately.
Yeah.
A+ Cola is like the
That's like the knockoff of Coke, but it's
For sure, yeah.
A+ cool.
like if Trump could get his hands on it, he would, because he'd be like, it's A+. It's like it's actually D+, but
Yeah.
it's they're selling it because it was a quarter for a soda, and they had every flavor. God bless them, lemon,
Right.
lime, root beer, cherry berry, like just all sorts of fun. And this woman comes in with about $12 in quarters that she had spent on. She came in with a bag of sodas, right? All different kinds, but not lemon lime. She'd wanted lemon lime. She comes in with all these other sodas that weren't lemon lime, and she goes, just drops them on the counter. And I'm sitting there counting. I look up. I go, oh shit. She goes, I just spent $12 in quarters trying to get a lemon lime A+ soda, and I did not get it. I want my money back. And I look at all the sodas. I go, holy shit. And first, I just assess immediately and go, well, this is bullshit. You definitely should have gotten lemon lime. I also love lemon lime. It's one of my favorite A+ shitty knockoff soda flavors.
Right.
So I feel you on that. That's a good. You wanted that, you didn't get it. Didn't it maybe like at $7 in quarters?
Yeah.
You think to yourself,
Sure.
I'm probably not getting lemon lime today. And she
Sure.
goes, are you calling me stupid? I go, I mean, it's
7 times
add it
4,
up. Like
that's
you put-
28. That's 28 times you put in the quarter.
right.
She
The
starts-
wrong soda came
She
out.
starts
and you
freaking
went,
out.
Let's try again.
Yeah, kept rolling the dice, and then boss comes over. What's going on? Because she's screaming. He's calling me stupid for not getting lemon lime. I'm like, that's not. You put in a lot of quarters. You fucking couldn't put it together. My boss is like, shut up. Gives her all the money back and the sodas. Like opens it up, gets her lemon limes. Like customer's always right. He's like, Adam, you gotta be nice. I'm like, I was being nice, but she's a fucking dumb. We don't want her
crazy.
shopping in here anyway. He's like, what are you talking about?
No.
It's like that comedy club mentality where like if the
Yes.
heckler's being rude, I'm like, kick him out. We don't want him here anyway. But
Yeah,
But
and
see,
then
it's-
some of the club owners are like, "Well, no, but they bought 2 drinks, and
Oh,
that's
Yeah.
and that's
the worst.
$16
Yeah.
that we need."
The thing is, though, it's that woman's mentality
Yeah.
of hope that keeps things like the lottery going and scratch off tickets.
Right.
You're like, this is the one,
it
man.
could be me.
$20 more, $40 more, and you know
Because
it's
I'm
all
out.
racket.
Because if I put in a quarter and I want lemon lime soda and grape soda comes out, I go, "All right, I guess I'm drinking grape soda."
It's you
That's-
say to yourself,
that's my philosophy.
It's a grape day.
It's a grape
It's a
soda.
grape day.
Right.
It's a win.
Yeah.
like
You
you're-
adjust.
You still have a grape soda. I'm not that person that's
Yeah.
that narcissistic.
And
that
by
goes,
the way-
no,
Oh, yeah.
I demand lemon lime.
And by
I
the way,
need lemon lime.
this is a soda
Right.
machine that charges a quarter for a
Right.
soda.
Right.
You're going to get upset about the way that it functions.
Yeah.
That's
Right.
like getting there used to be a palm reading place for $10 next to Pink's where I used to live, and I'm like, for $10 they're going to read. Oh no, it was a psychic reading for $10, and I'm like. You can't walk out of there upset. They're saying
Yeah.
that they can read your mind for $10
It's a
or like
bargain.
Yeah.
It's a good
so
time.
Like, and also, have you ever done one of those?
Can you turn my cans down?
Sure.
Yeah, I actually had a woman give me a massage at Burke Williams, a little bit higher, just a little mommy. And meow, 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 meow. Good, thank you.
Okay.
I had a masseuse at Burke Williams one time. I was like 6 months postpartum with my first son.
Yes.
And she's massaging me, and she goes, I don't know if you want me to tell you, but I had some psychic visions while I was giving you a massage. And I was like, of course I want to know everything.
I mean, yes. We're not going to deny this.
Kooky pants.
Yeah.
Because I love that shit.
You do.
Crazy.
I encourage the crazy, you know.
Listen, I put my hand on your uterus, and my thoughts were.
Well, she also gave me Reiki. Have you ever had that
Yes.
done? It's infuriating.
It is.
What's Reiki?
I fucking hate it. It's nothing. They put their hand over a chakra like this, and then you get angry because you want someone to just massage you instead of doing.
So it's bullshit.
It's total. So anyway, yeah.
Okay.
So she goes, I see you having another son. I go, no way. She goes, blonde hair, blue eyes, baby boy. And that's my second son, Julian, is blonde hair. And at the time,
You didn't name him after that.
You name him Reiki?
know,
You didn't name him Burke Williams? Burke Williams.
Burke Williams.
You'd have to get some sort of discount if you did that, right?
I
If you
know,
named
right?
yeah.
Oh yeah. It's like that person that named their kid Golden Palace Casino. Just
To
like,
get for $20,000 or something.
yeah, it was like for not enough money to name your kid Golden
Remember?
Palace Casino.
But the lady got like a tattoo on her forehead for like $20,000.
Yeah.
To do that shit.
Like,
That's crazy.
That's literally maybe the only reason why I want to get rich, is just so I can go up to people and be like, hey, how much to get a tattoo
so
of
evil.
my name on your forehead?
Oh, you'll become like what
Somewhere on
NASCAR
my
drivers
face.
have in the suit, but
Yeah.
just tattooed on your body.
Yeah,
Do you
exactly.
really want that? You know how sad you'll be when someone does do it though? You're like, oh no.
Sad or no? I'm labeling them like, hey, don't hire this
Brad
person.
is ready to sell out so quick. Brad is
So
waiting
ready.
for Smuckers to be
So
like,
ready.
we'll give you $50,000 to put Smuckers on your ass.
Done.
You know what I'm ready for? I want to get knuckle tattoos.
Yeah.
Those job stoppers.
Of course.
But I want to do it when I don't have to make a living, and I'm going to get "fuck you money" tattooed on it. FUCKYOU and then a $sign.
Wow.
Fuck you money.
If they do
Right?
the Degenerates Part 2,
Bang.
we're in it. We're all the whole group.
know.
Everyone's gonna get the tattoo.
Fuck you money,
Fuck
bro.
you money. Let's do it.
It's a little more than what they paid us. What I need. For that.
But we're still very happy, Netflix. In case
No,
you're
I love
listening.
Netflix. I can't wait.
Wait, I met which son, I'm going to guess E. It starts with an E, the other son, right?
Ellis.
Ellis.
Yeah. Super cute.
Man, what a cool ass kid.
He is cool.
You're crushing the mom game.
Thank you. Oh, thanks
Yeah,
for telling me.
you could tell that too, just from me being around that and hanging with him, and then like how he was interacting with you and Tommy before we potted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's sweet. You know what? It's a lot of pressure because like my parents were so bad at it that I'm like, I really want to do better, which
Really?
isn't hard. I mean, I'm sure your parents were fucking assholes. You're comics.
No,
Yeah, not the
mine were
greatest.
great. I love how you say that like I'm ashamed. Like I had a great childhood.
You did?
Yeah.
Well, you've got other things to contend with.
I know,
in
just
life.
big dick syndrome.
Big. Got this huge.
I gotta
cock.
lug this thing around. It sucks.
Yeah.
Shorts are so difficult.
I know. How am I asking the little person? Like, why are you a comedian? What happened in your life?
What happened to you that was so
What
stressful?
possibly could go
yeah,
wrong?
yeah, exactly.
Did anyone make fun of you? No.
What? No.
Did you get made fun of as a
Such
kid?
an asshole. You know,
Every comic did a little
yeah,
bit,
I
right?
did. You know, they call me Mrs. Pants because I like to wear
Mrs.
pants. That was my
Dude,
Wait,
this
what
goes-
kids weren't wearing pants?
No.
What school did you go to?
Did you live? Did you go to school with Winnie the Pooh?
Yeah.
Wait,
No,
why
this-
did? This is what I love about kids. Their insults are so basic and like
Yeah,
just
yeah.
direct.
Yeah.
Like Mrs. Pants. Like
Mrs. Pants.
So
oh, they said it like that.
Yeah,
That's
and-
what.
Mrs. Pants, because I never wore skirts. I was a tomboy, and so
Oh,
I was a
okay.
little boyish, and I always had these big lips, and I kind of grew into them.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the '80s too. They would call me N-word lips. How horrible is that?
Whoa.
I know.
And this is
They
in-
would say
and this
N-word
in
lips
Canada?
or say the full
that's-
thing.
No,
This-
no, they say the full thing. That's in the '80s. No one
Jesus.
gave a shit back then.
there was no movements going on.
No, I didn't give a
No
fuck.
marches.
Dang.
No.
Wow. This
You
is
know-
because I know you were born in Canada, but
Yeah.
but this is once you were in Los Angeles.
Yeah, I came here when I was 4 to the
Okay,
Valley.
so that makes sense
Yeah.
then. Because if you're like Canadians were doing this, I'm like, fuck, we're building the wall on the wrong side. What the hell? That doesn't sound like the Canadians I know.
It was the Valley. But that's so crazy. The 80s were so different than it is now.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
you can't, it's just such a different society. And I sound like an 80-year-old person when I'm like, things are changed. Like, it's so true. It's so different.
It changes. Like
Yeah.
life changes, but at the same time, it's still amazing when you look back
I know.
and
Like
just
the
go like,
shit.
oh man.
Well, when I was growing up, especially to nobody was like, you can be anything you want as a girl. It was like you could be a secretary.
Yeah.
You could be
Have fun
a
with
wife.
that.
Yeah, there was no women's stuff.
You could be a receptionist.
Yeah, totally.
Look at you with the receptionist. but I want to work construction. You can be a receptionist at a construction place.
Right. There was no, there was no female stand-up comics when I was a little girl, and then later, but
there wasn't at all.
Well, I mean, there was, but like not like
80s,
not like it was
80s?
now. Like you had like Rita Rudner and Joan Rivers, and that was it.
That's right.
Yeah.
And then I mean, that was what we had Saturday Night Live, so there was Gilda Radner.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But that not stand-up. Not when I was a little girl. I was like Eddie Murphy is who I would watch.
And did you dig it?
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
How funny is Eddie Murphy?
Unbelievable. That was the first. I think I saw Sinbad clips with my dad, and then Eddie Murphy Delirious was the first full thing I saw that I was like, wait, what?
Did it blow your mind?
Blew my mind.
Still funny.
Yeah,
I love it.
And then
Coming to America.
And then when you find out how old he was when he did Delirious and Raw, then it makes you mad.
Don't you want to kill yourself?
Because you're like, wait, I'm 35, and I'm not even close to that funny now.
No.
And he was doing it for like 2 years, 3 years.
No, he started at like 15, didn't he?
Yeah.
They all fucking. Bill Hicks, same thing.
Yeah.
13 years old at the comedy
Chappelle, right?
club.
Like 14.
Motherfuckers.
Would you have if you wait? So when did you start?
After college, I was like 25. Wait, 25. I did the Groundlings first at 23.
Me too.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, loved it.
Yes, and
yeah.
How far did you get?
I did. So this was.
Do your space work, Adam.
Yeah, so much. Getting anxiety. Yeah.
I fucking hated that.
My space work was so just minimal and basic.
Dumb, yeah.
They're like, what are you doing? Cutting a steak? I was like, I'm putting together a spaceship. I did the 2 levels. Yes. And then went to New York to live with a girl and just live in New York for like a year and do open mics. And UCB was out there and Groundlings wasn't. So I did like all of that and then came back and just kind of kept with it. But Groundlings I preferred because it was so character based,
Well, you're great with acting and you've got that face, man. You're this incarnation of Travolta.
Is that a compliment or an insult? You've got that face.
It's a compliment. I don't know.
I mean, when I first saw him, I was like, this guy's going to be a huge movie star because you're like the incarnation. You're John Travolta. You're in the, you know what I'm saying? That's
minus
cute.
the massage portion of his life.
So weird.
I don't know that part. The massage portion? What do you mean?
Yeah, he was getting sued from male masseuses that like he would have male masseuses come and then he'd try to fuck them.
Oh yeah, we heard he's gay. Yeah, everyone knows that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah. I just
I like a regular old massage.
That's what I read. In case you're listening, Church of Scientology.
Alleged.
That's not my actual opinion, so you don't have to come at me. But I'm just saying, go after all those other people that said those things.
How scary
not
is
me.
all that?
Oh.
But back in the day, he was like, Welcome Back Cotter and
the guy,
Grace and
Vinny Barbarina, yeah.
Oh my God, you're totally that guy. Hollywood, they just like to rehash and redo.
Yeah.
So you've got that essence. That
Who did you
innocence.
look up to in just so Eddie Murphy was your? Was that what made you want to like the things that you saw that you were like that looks like it'd be a lot of fun?
I just loved naughty things, saying bad things, and my dad had those truly tasteless joke books in the shitter.
Yes.
Yeah, dude.
Those were the best.
And I would memorize them and take them, and then I'd tell the jokes at school.
I did that with your mama jokes.
Yeah,
I did the same thing.
Yeah.
Oh,
so fun.
And how like all the kids would just go nuts like, you are our God. And you're like, yeah, I've got this from a book on the toilet.
Well, because guess what? Even at that age, it took a little something extra to have the wherewithal and audacity to memorize a joke book and bring it to school and sling them on the bus like you just came up with it.
Yeah.
Because again, it's like how many kids are thinking of doing that?
Kids that need to escape their reality realm life. I don't know.
Wait, what were some of the jokes you remember telling that would crush?
So racist. Okay. They're all racist. It was dead baby jokes. Remember? Jew jokes,
love dead baby
black
jokes.
blonde jokes.
Yeah.
I remember the dead baby float joke. Remember that one?
I don't
How do you
like
make it?
Okay,
sorry,
go ahead.
sorry.
Tell it.
No, she's a mom now. She's a mom now.
Just tell me.
Well, you said you liked him. I was trying to.
I'll tell my Jew joke.
Okay.
Okay. So, yes.
You start with the Jew joke.
No, you tell your dead baby joke, and then I'll bring the room back up because
right.
you're gonna bum us all the fuck out.
So how do you make a dead baby float? 2 scoops vanilla ice cream, 1 scoop dippy. All right, what's the Jew joke? What's the Jew joke?
How many dead babies does it take to paint a wall? Depends on how hard you throw them.
Oh. God, Brad, that was way worse. We were fine. We were out of the gutter with my joke. I even brought my voice down. I fucking trailed off.
You know what? I just like to make things horrible.
You really have a talent.
What's the Jew
bro.
joke?
Okay, why do the Jews wander in the desert for 40 years?
I don't know.
Somebody dropped a quarter.
Okay, Christina, when you were
and that was Christina P. Everybody.
That's a good one.
That's my opener.
That's a
yeah.
good one.
Yeah.
It is, and it's great too
Sorry.
because you guys do you definitely feel like that part of your life and getting introduced to that type of a free speech and just like sense of humor has contributed to how your stand up and I mean on your mom's house, like some of the stuff you guys talk about and integrate and like engage with the fans is so incredible and so real. Like you forget, like even as silly as, man, when we had that riff when I was on about Harrison Ford being in the fart barrier, that's such a stupid, like, dumb little thing. And it went on, and I got so many, like, tweets about it. And some of the vulgar things you guys talk about is so fucking funny and you have a really brilliant way of making it lighthearted. Like, it doesn't seem as, you know what I'm saying?
As
like,
vulgar as it is?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, right. I think I think at the root of it, we're fascinated by people.
Yes.
Like, why is that guy putting that in his butt?
Yeah.
Why is that?
One of the great questions of our time.
Why is she farting in a shed and charging people? Like,
Wait, what?
You know what I mean? Like, there's a woman who farts in a shed. And
the shed farter?
Yeah, and she's like, and she makes these videos, and there's guys out there that are like, I love the lady in the shed, and I think it's all these outliers of society. I'm just fascinated.
From the director of Lady in the Water comes M. Night Shyamalan's
Fart in the Shed.
The shed farter.
The shed farter. The twist is it's not really a fart.
Yeah.
Who researches
I love
the
that.
content that you guys feature?
Well, here's the beautiful part is that the audience sends it in. Because we just gotten them kind of trained early on. The first clips we ever reviewed were like, you ever see Todd Phillips' first documentary on Gigi Allen?
No.
It's called Hated Gigi Allen. It's fucking amazing. And we started with that. And then we trained them, and they would send us these just horrendous things.
From the get-go, you were doing this.
From the beginning, we just always respected our audience and played whatever shit they sent in, and we kind of have a dialogue, you know?
Your fan engagement is the best of any podcast.
Oh, thank you.
You know that. It is.
Well, we love. They're fucking amazing. They're funny.
And it's so because like literally like you don't even. I mean, you always have great guests, but it's like you. I mean, I think that's
both
probably
of you
why.
have been on.
Yeah, so fun.
Yeah.
And I can safely say that you do some podcasts and then like you get a couple tweets or whatever, but you do your mom's house podcast. Holy crap!
I was just in Philly Helium, and I had
out.
so many mommies coming out just being like, "I'm here because of that." Like
I know, and I don't know why. It's one of those things where you're like, I'm thankful, and I don't know why, and I'm just thankful.
when did it take a turn? Like,
so
because you've been doing it,
Yeah, I don't know when we started. How long it's been? 8 years or something.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
By year 5, there was one time we went to Toronto. We did a live show there at your mom's house, and we sold out this small theater. And I went, something's changing. And just the emails would slowly. I mean, now we don't even. Tom and I can't go through them all, so we have to we have someone that does it now.
That's so great.
But in the beginning, it was like, oh my God, somebody sent us an email, you know. And then it just got bigger and bigger. And
now, how big?
Fucking crazy.
How big do you think the podcast is going to get now that you've introduced the fart mic?
Oh yeah.
You know, Brad.
I think this
so
is
glad you acknowledged the.
I think Rogan has to look over his shoulder now.
He does.
Because
he does.
Mark Maron, who's that? He doesn't have a fart mic.
No.
Well, Mark Maron, to be fair, is talking about the queef mic, and
what?
I'm joking.
Mark.
Yeah.
What?
No, I mean, I'm so glad. Thank you for acknowledging the fart mic.
I just saw the tweets from both of you, and
it was so
the
epic.
sheer joy.
I know.
Like the
Your
sheer
face.
unadulterated. And on the podcast, when you reveal, like Tom says something like, you know what? The 3 things that have made me happiest in my life were my wedding, the birth of my children, and then you just slowly pull up the fart mic.
Guys, after many years of talk, I'm proud to announce, behold, the fart mic. Well,
Come on.
Thank you for acknowledging it.
Of course.
We've revolutionized the podcasting industry.
Yes.
And
You truly have.
I fought for it. I'm not going to lie. There's
some drawbacks.
Well, there was a lot of pushback. I'm not even joking. Like, because they're setting up this entire studio. It was like, Christina, there's lighting, there's sound, there's set, and I was like, but what about the fart mic? What about the fart mic?
Where's it gonna go?
And I kept fighting for it, and then And then it happened.
It's like we're sponsored by McDonald's. We're gonna eat some burgers. We're gonna have to fart.
We're gonna have to fart.
Yeah, that was the old McDonald's slogan. Ba-da-ba-ba. But
you're gonna fart.
Yeah, you're gonna fart.
But don't you love? I'll tell you why too. I think because I don't like behaving, and I hate adult society, and I think that's why I had 22 jobs in 4 years before I became a comic, because I'm like, I can't do this. I cannot be sad every day of my life. I cannot be in a cute. You guys have that inclination.
Yeah.
Like, I have to be silly, otherwise I'm gonna fucking explode.
I don't get when I talk to friends that aren't in this world in some degree. I'm just like, I mean, it's always testing my threshold to just communicate with people that aren't in this world, because I'm like, you just have nothing. Like, 10 minutes went by and there wasn't anything you said that we could try to like riff on, and like, and it was so much real shit, and it was so and look, there's, even in our world, there's stuff to get you down, but like, there's always, we're conditioned now to always be trying to find the silly in something, right? Yeah.
Well, I think society too, especially for women, there's this thing of like, you got to be responsible now. Now you got the kids. Now you got and it's like I can't. You're gonna die. You know that, right? Like, we're all gonna fuck. Yeah,
wait, what?
You're gonna die.
Okay.
It's like,
I mean,
guys.
Maybe you. I don't think you know about dwarves.
I know you guys live forever.
Yeah. I mean, we have to go for.
Brad's already 84.
We have to go away for a while just so like it's not weird, and then like we wait for a generation to die, and then we come back.
I know.
Yeah. By the way, I kind of believe that.
I know. I kind of do, because I've seen Lord of the Rings. They live a long time.
They do?
Yeah. So Adam,
don't spoil it for me. I haven't seen it yet.
When you're like
Are you
80,
serious?
Yeah, but I've seen Shanghai Nights twice in the theaters.
Go on. Priorities. So when you're 80, you're gonna think that I died. I didn't. I'm just like, all right, everyone's getting to that age. I should go away.
You're holding
and
the
then
ring.
and then we have a little hub in New Zealand, and we all go there and we hang out for like 20 years, and then we come back.
And then all your friends, all your human friends have gone.
Yeah,
and now
they're
you have
all
to make new ones.
Yeah. We just gotta make new friends. Like, oh, who's this cool? Who's this cool dude? You know,
Who's this cool dude?
Yeah.
You guys are like vampires.
Exactly.
Have you read the Vampire Chronicles? Anne Rice.
No.
You guys were never goth growing up? This is weird.
I worked at Hot Topic, not because I was goth, but
did?
yes. What, do you want like a discount?
Oh, the bumper stickers I could have gotten.
Do you want like a 10% off a Motorhead shirt?
Yes.
Yeah, duh.
I fucking
what a
do.
dumb fucking
Or
question.
like a tongue piercing that gives people seizures?
Yes. A strobe light.
We have one of those.
What was your biggest
lava
seller?
lamp?
at
Lava
Hot
lamp,
Topic?
probably.
You think so?
Or the Homer Simpson like beer mug that
Like
goes. Oh.
Yeah, or Spencer's. Didn't that replace Spencer's
yeah.
kind of? Like
Yeah,
the
no.
Gate Ball
Spencer's and Hot Topic were like the Quiznos and Subway of the 90s.
It was where you got all your not anything that wasn't being sold at the Gap. That's where
Hot Topic.
Yeah.
No, you had like cool shirts, like you said, like the Motorhead, and I like.
I still have my Limp Bizkit is better than everyone shirt somewhere.
Oh my God, do you remember Orange Julius's?
Are you kidding me?
That's like part of Adam's life.
Yeah, twice a
Really?
week. Twice a week.
Yeah.
Whether I'm either taking a poop or filling up with gas, I have mindless thoughts of just like, I haven't seen a Julius in a while.
Yeah. Where did they're all gone now?
Julius. Sometimes I just look at my window and go, Julius, where are you? Jamba Juice came along and just crushed their
Is
dreams.
that what it is? But what the fuck was in an Orange Julius?
Don't ask.
Well, there was
Nobody
a raw
knows.
egg. You could get it with raw egg.
You could?
Yeah, dude. Or there was a raw egg in it. It's nasty as fuck. Look
I
it
know.
up. What's
It's
in
not real orange
Julius?
juice.
Okay, so some of them.
I know.
So they've
I did some
merged.
research.
They've merged with Dairy Queen.
Finally.
Cool.
There's a Dairy Queen Orange Julius Treat Center in
Oh.
Burbank.
Okay. Oh.
It closes at 9 p.m., guys. I think we gotta go.
A treat center?
A treat center.
It's called the Treat Center.
That's what it
love
says.
it.
It says a treat center.
I love it.
DQ and Julius.
It's a center of treats.
Now they can't name it Dairy Queen because everybody's making gay jokes, right?
They are, aren't
It's
they?
kind of like naming your kid Jack. You're like, everyone's gonna be like, Jack my dick. Jack is Jack, right?
How much pressure was it when you were naming your kids? Because it's like, do you have to? Because like you guys are celebrities now. So do you have to name it something crazy?
Yeah.
But like, do you want your kid to have a normal life?
Skylar, Tanner, Connor, Cooper.
Cooper's a cool name.
No, those are all cool names. I just think Well, yeah, because you have to think of the name thing. What did you guys get fun of? No, Adam's normal, Brad normal. Those are two normal names.
Yeah, you just have to hope that there isn't like a serial killer or like something like that.
I know
that comes like because there's quite a few girls who have the name Isis before ISIS became ISIS.
No way.
Greek goddess.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
So or like but like Egyptian, I believe. But yeah, and then so yeah, they have. Their names are ISIS, and all of a sudden they're the name of a terrorist organization.
Sucks so fucking bad.
It's like
that Office Space movie where the guy's name is Michael Bolton.
Yeah.
He's like, you must love that. Like, why would I love that? It's terrible.
So I'm gonna name my son Louis C.K. Williams. And
I'm okay with
Cosby.
that. Yeah, Cosby Williams.
Cosby, and then what's the guy from CBS?
well, Louis C.K. The C stands for Cosby.
That's right. Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't
there you
know
go.
that. Oh, man.
Mine's gonna be Frankie Muniz Ray.
I love.
Yeah.
Did he do anything wrong?
No. Other than be a bitch in a Universal Studios co-ed basketball league. No.
Really?
Oh yeah, dude. That guy was so physical, and I called him out, and I was like, "Dude, Malcolm, you're being a bitch, man." And he got throwing bows down low, and I hit a 3 in his face, and like kind of talk shit. And then he was like, "This guy's talking too much shit."
Listen,
like it's a co-ed league. It doesn't matter. Shut up.
You didn't think you'd hear hot Frankie Muniz talk today, but you did.
I didn't see that coming.
Do you get starstruck?
Only because I grew up in LA. I don't give a fuck. Like here's the one person. If I ever got to meet Howard Stern, who is my hero.
Me too.
Right?
You'll get there.
Oh,
you're on the way. You know it.
You too. Let's all fucking.
Come on, let's put it out there.
I would do any
Sebastian was just on.
I know. I listened to the interview.
Was it great? It's on my queue.
I love Sebastian.
You can't do anything wrong, right?
He's always been funny.
Yep.
Yeah.
But Howard Stern's the only person. I don't give a fuck about Brad Pitt, Angelina Jolie. I don't care about any of that. And I would have liked to have met Anthony Bourdain. I was a huge. I am a huge Bourdain person.
Yeah.
What did you love about him?
I like the dark souls.
Okay.
You know, I like Stern. Yeah, Bourdain. I liked him because he was a fuck up. Did you ever read Kitchen Confidential?
No. Again, it's in my queue.
You got to.
Really?
Because the guy came up. The kitchen industry is much like stand-up, where it attracts the derelicts, the outliers, the scumbags, the fuck-ups, the masturbators, the junkies. It's like this great. It's a circus. And he talks about being a heroin, recovering from, doing heroin and starting in the kitchen and how hard it is to be a line cook and what goes into it. Your fucking mise en place or whatever. You know, you've worked in the restaurant industry. You don't think about it. And how hard it is to make bread. That guy wakes up at fucking 4 a.m. and makes bread. And the darkness. I like Bukowski. Ever read like the, drug postman poetry? I like the dark figures, I guess.
I like that too because it just shows that people are real. Whenever someone's like everything is great and you're just like, what's up?
Something's wrong.
Something's like definitely wrong there. Or you're hiding something that's insane that you're hoping never gets out.
Of course.
But if you let out, and that's why I think a lot of these celebrities are falling so hard, is because they're putting out that image of like everything. No, everything's great. I'm this perfect human being, and then all of a sudden they said something wrong 10 years ago, and it's gonna fuck them up. Whereas a guy like Jim Norton,
he's not going. What are you gonna get?
What are you gonna? He talked about blowing transsexual. Yeah, he's talked about that for 15 years.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, Cosby, that was the ultimate because the whole thing was like, and when you're gonna
pull your pants up.
Yeah, calling Eddie Murphy to bitch about the language, and it's like, well, what were you doing
at that time, right?
Shadow motherfucker. Yeah,
that's so insane.
What's your dark side, Adam?
Boy, let me come back on your mom's house and talk about it. I don't know if candles and gummy bears is the appropriate backdrop for this.
Come on.
Yeah, I mean, I've got some dark shit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, everybody does.
No, I know. I know Brad's. I know.
Yeah.
Sexual deviance.
Everybody does, and he thinks people don't know.
Straight black tar
heroin.
heroin.
Tell us a secret. One secret.
Ooh, so we're gonna be like Kreischer, do like some secret time right
Is that
now?
what he does? I never listened to Bert's podcast.
Well,
I listen to him in real life.
Yeah, because why would you? Kreischer's horrible.
Well, he's so fat and racist.
Yeah, exactly. It's all about Tom Segura.
Oh, of course it's about Tommy. No, Bert came over to my house. I listen to him all the time. I just don't listen to his podcast.
Do you listen to other podcasts?
I listened to this one.
Nice.
On the way over to make.
Did you?
Yeah,
to make sure you were.
Like, I love Bobby Lee. I listened to that one.
Okay, cool. That's good, right?
Bobby, yeah.
He's the best.
You guys are the best.
Have you known him for a while too?
Yeah. Yeah, the first time I ever did stand up, he tried to hit on me before I went up on stage.
Not Bobby Lee.
Yeah,
that doesn't sound like our
Isn't
Bobby.
that weird?
What was his pickup line? Do you have any Vicodin?
What are you doing? What's your name? Were you on Road Rules? We gonna do stand up right now? And I was like, I have diarrhea. Like, don't talk to me right now. Because the first 7
Sadly,
years.
that turned him on.
Yeah, and no, I was kidding.
Yeah.
He's always had cute girlfriends. Though.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Come on, killing
okay,
it.
Tell me a dark secret, Adam.
I thought we were gonna segue out of this with some diarrhea talk.
What? Have you had diarrhea in public?
Oh, I in the 6th grade, I took a shit in a girl's that I had a crush on's lawn because on the way to school, I actually have never told this, so this is actually
this counts.
Exclusive.
This counts.
Yeah, wow. Her name was Anna.
Well, don't say her last
don't say
name.
her
last name.
Yeah, people could look her up.
And her dad was like the stereotypical dad that like if you called and like he accidentally picked up, which by the way, I was just telling my 15-year-old nephew this the other day because he was just Snapchatting constantly, and I'm like, you piece of shit, you're never gonna know the anxiety or the nerves that come along with calling a girl you have a crush on and having her dad accidentally pick up. Yes. And for me, I hit puberty kind of younger, so at 12 my voice was kind of deeper. So the dad would be like, "What are your intentions with my daughter?" And I'm like, "I don't know, man. Rub a tit outside the shirt. Like fucking, I'm 12. I'm not fucking 22, man.
I'm just going for that."
So I'm biking down the street, and you had to go down the hill and then down another hill, and then to bike to school was maybe like 15 minutes, right? And in 6th grade you could do it. And all of a sudden, like in 90 seconds in, like I gotta go, and I'm already down the hill. Ooh. So the idea of trying to pedal up the hill made me think there was no time to pedal uphill. Yeah. I had to keep going downhill because everything was heading downhill. So literally, I'm going downhill, and I'm like trying to coast, and I'm like, don't fucking pedal, like just don't move. I'm like, maybe I can coast all the way and just drop the bike and run to school. And right as I'm getting close to like where her house is, which I walked by every day, like always. I mean, we would like hang out and like. Stopped and they had these like bushes off to the side, and I got off and ran up and just went in their front lawn and oh hey, guess who's fucking mowing the lawn at 7 a.m.
No.
Anna's dad.
No.
Did you like? Did you have to run behind a tree or something?
He saw me pulling my pants up and then just goes, "What the fuck?" And I was like, I had to go. Like, what do you say to that? Oops, like,
yeah.
It's not what it looks like.
What do you think?
I'm only
doing?
taking a pee.
Yeah.
I pee sitting down. Yeah. You're the weirdo,
Yeah. But clearly, I mean, he had to know that was an emergency. Most people don't shit on your lawn unless they have to. You know what I mean?
I wish I had was quick enough to be like,
what do you think?
Is Anna home? Or like, tell her I like her. This is my way of sending a message. I saw her talking to another boy.
I mean, was the family Jewish? Because you could always pull that card of like, oh no, this is a Jewish tradition.
They weren't. Yeah. They actually homeschooled her younger sister. So they were a weird bunch. But she was.
Weird.
Well,
would you ever do that?
They homeschooled, so they've shit on some yards.
Yeah.
That's what they teach you.
Yeah.
I would never. I'm sorry, no. No, well, I can't. You can't be fucking weird. It makes kids weird.
Yeah, it does, right?
And you got to have a social aspect.
Yeah, that's most of life is socializing.
Is there a famous homeschool person out there that's gone on? Norm,
sure.
Norm, do you mind looking that up? Like famous homeschool.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and just say Tim Tebow. He seems
weird?
He seems like a homeschooled.
He seems like he hasn't been out in public a lot.
Yeah.
Before he was.
Yeah, before he was the star quarterback at.
Yeah, I get it from an educational perspective because at least growing up here, LA Unified is dog shit.
Well, right now they're not even.
Oh, I know. That's what I'm talking about. Shit like that.
Yeah.
But for the socialization, you got to teach your kids how to fucking make armpit fart sounds and flip their eyelids
and get hit in the head with a dodgeball.
Yeah.
And just like not go cry and then go beat the other kid.
I know.
You got to teach that. It's like. Right now, one of the big controversial things, and I use that in quotes because it's not really controversial, is the Gillette commercial, whatever that everyone's talking about. How it's like a war on toxic masculinity, something like.
I'm gonna fucking barf if I hear one more of these social justice warrior bullshit.
Like I'm sitting back here going, all right, well, first of all, why are all commercials trying to make you feel shit now?
Right.
Like it's like it used to be. Commercials were like, hey. This car has a lot of horsepower, or hey, this is fruit by the foot.
Right.
It's fucking awesome. Or hey, you buy this toy and then you get to fight Skeletor. Whatever the hell it was. Now it's like, hey, buy a Volkswagen Jetta and take your grandfather's ashes on a cross-country trip and spread it on the ocean. Fuck you!
Fuck off.
What?
Does
the car work?
That being said, if I saw an Orange Julius Dairy Queen commercial that tugged at my heartstrings, I would go, well played.
They
if it
should
showed
do
like
one.
some old lady eating a Blizzard,
Yeah.
and she drops her Blizzard, she's sitting there, right, eating her, she's like, oh, thank God the Butterfinger's back, and it's not even Thanksgiving. And then she takes a bite, and her dentures fall in it, and she freaks out about that and goes, no, and then drops the Blizzard, and then she starts crying, and then they slowly zoom in, and then pan out, and they show some young kid walk by with an Orange Julius.
Yep.
And he goes, hey, mister. And she goes, I'm a woman. And he goes, okay. Do you want this Orange Julius? And she goes, I've never been more touched in my entire life.
Yeah.
Like, I don't mind that.
Finger my cooch.
Finger my cooch.
Yeah.
Dairy Queen.
Put this up my ass.
Put this up my ass.
I think they should show like a bunch of fat people not with Orange Julius's, and then it just is like one of those Sarah McLachlan ads, and it's just like you need to for $1.75 you can give this person an Orange
Make them
Julius.
fatter? Is that what
Yeah.
you're saying?
Orange Julius is not a fat snack.
Do
Is
you want to be?
No way.
Of course it is.
What?
It's all sugar. Hey, do you want to be fat? Drink this. That's what it should be. You want to stay fat, fatty? Come to Orange Julius.
I would.
All right,
I
now
would appreciate that
Yeah,
honesty.
it's all sugar.
I would appreciate that
Yeah,
honesty.
do you
just
not like health? Come
yeah,
here.
because yeah. Do you,
It's fucking fat.
like yeah? Do you want to die younger but be happier?
Yeah, that's true.
Drink this.
Yeah, that's true. There was a movie like that, right? Was it? You know what I was thinking about? Sorry, I got sidetracked. I picked up a Highlights magazine in my shrink's office.
Yeah, they still have those?
Yeah,
Still
dude.
exists.
Still do the little find the 12 items at the end?
Yes.
Great.
Yeah.
But do you know what? Do you know what I loved the most? Goofus and Gallant.
Yep. They're still there?
Yeah, but here's the deal, man. It's
What?
different. It used to be like Goofus is the piece of shit kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Gallant's the good kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't polarize it now. Now they say there's a little Goofus and Gallant in all of us.
Oh, fuck
Fuck
you.
off.
And then they're like, Goofus still misbehaves and Gallant
Yeah.
still, but they make it that it's not as polarizing. It's like, no, dude, sometimes kids are dicks. Sometimes
Yes.
the world is full of shit dicks and bad people.
Yes, and
Be-
you should be
don't be that.
and you should be exposed to that at a young
Yeah.
age. So you go like, oh, that's how I identify that.
Yeah.
That's what's wrong.
Yeah, don't talk to that kid.
Don't talk to that kid. Yeah.
Also, that
this is
kid-
how I deal with this.
Yeah.
Like that's a.
And
I
dick kids
know.
need to be made known that they are dick kids.
Yeah.
My niece is a friend with this kid named Gary, right? He's 9.
Gary.
He always
shithead.
By the way, if you're
Already
Gary,
hate him.
Fucking Gary.
if you're Gary and you're 9 and you don't work in as a mechanic, like
Yeah.
what do
Yeah.
you? You're wasting
Yeah.
your life.
Why would you name your baby Gary?
I
Sweet
ask the
little
parents
baby
that every
Gary.
time I see them.
What are you doing?
There's not a baby Gary.
After I ask them why he
Gary
always
is-
smells like clam
yeah.
chowder, I go, "Why did you name him Gary?" And they're like, "He
Right.
loves soup." And I'm like, "Do a chowder check before you send him into the world."
Gary is a 42-year-old deadbeat
Yes.
dad. That's who Gary is.
Gary.
Well, he's also a 9-year-old
All right.
piece of shit with a fucked up haircut who taunts me with his bullshit skills every time I see him.
Who's
I bet he
gonna
can skip rocks better than you.
He's gonna be.
You
a
don't do
deadbeat
shit
dad.
all day, Gary. You got plenty of time to skip rocks. Fuck
Yeah,
off,
get
man.
a job, asshole.
I got a life. I'm too busy finger banging people. So
Yeah.
I like my life a little better.
Are there friends of your children yet that? Oh, I guess not at this
No,
age.
it's too young.
That,
I
yeah.
can't wait.
But
though.
it's coming.
It's coming. And can I tell you the other parents fucking suck?
Yeah.
That's the thing that sucks about parenthood. Is you're like, you think once you have kids that we're all gonna be in this cool kid club?
No.
It sucks. It's like high school where there's like
It's
like
competitive,
normal
huh?
people. Oh, moms,
Is there a-
moms are out of their fucking minds now. It's gone. It's
So-
Because they very
gone.
subtly, what I've observed through my sis is that they try to parent and also make jabs, and like there's these like
Yeah.
these like little truth darts they like to shoot and like drop their own advice, like
Yeah.
like mommy bombs on you that are just like, you know, oh, I saw you did, oh yeah, well we do that, like very passive, like one upping.
yeah. Everyone's trying to out parent.
Everyone's trying to $1
sucks.
everyone else.
Yeah.
You know,
What do you mean?
Price is Right. You
Oh,
know?
Yeah.
Just one up you. That's how I describe when someone tries to one up you.
Yeah.
They want to $1 you.
You know what I found too is they're
That's
really
good. I like
soft
that.
balling to this generation in terms of like I buy books for my kids. I'm an avid reader,
Mm-hmm.
and the books are such fucking suck fests now. You know, you ever grow up reading like Grimm's Tales,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
old school shit that taught you about life?
Stuff that had a little like
Edge.
one of my favorite books growing up was how a kid died in a well because he had a really long
Ricky
name.
Tikki Tembo, no
Yeah,
So Rambo,
Shari
Shari Barbucci, Chip Berry Pembo.
Yes, that's the
Ricky Tikki Tembo, no Sarembo,
Die?
Paramarucci, Pitberry Pembo. By the way,
died in the well.
I'm gonna have that.
His name was too long.
Yes.
And his brother Chang,
Chang.
who no one liked because he's the second kid, but his name is Chang.
Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah, he's out of breath trying to tell his parents,
Yes.
"Hey, who's trapped in the well?"
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the kind of books we read.
And everyone was like, say the name. He's like, it's so long. I can't. I don't know why they named him that. Just call him Chang 2 or something.
And I just bought that book for my child last night.
Good.
You're a good mom.
Why?
You're a
because,
great mom.
Yeah,
A lesson.
Dude, but all the shit today, and they saw, and that doesn't
Bambi's
help
mom
kids.
dies.
Yes.
Whoa. Haven't seen it, Dick.
Well, that too. Spoiler. But shit like Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. She has a shitty stepmom.
And she has an orgy with the dwarfs. Exactly.
Bang. And that's how we got laid.
Well, that's a story I always heard.
Yeah.
My dad just read it to me like, and then
Like,
Snow White
wait a
jerked
minute.
all of them off.
Just a motivational speech.
Yeah, it's like, so
Anything's
you could be
possible.
this guy too. This is one of you.
Like, this is awesome.
Killed the bad witch. Fucked Snow White. This is you, son.
You have to instill that early.
But how many kids grow up having shitty step parents? And imagine, like the books now, they'll take all that. They strip all the
Cinderella
reality.
has a shitty stepmom and shitty stepsister.
There's a reason that story over and over exists because it
Right.
happens in a lot of children's lives.
So you
and now we're taking
know.
that out.
And
It's
so
like, what are you doing?
And for other kids that were going through shit, they see a
Yes.
character going through the same shit that they're
Absolutely.
going through,
Yep.
and they identify with it, and they enjoy it. No one has this perfect life that they're putting out in the books now.
But I will say what's great is Harry Potter. Because he's an orphan and his adoptive parents are shit
Are
dicks.
shitty
and
to
it's
him.
great. I love it.
You're like,
Oh, really?
Cool.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know that
it's
was
great.
a portion of the story.
Yeah,
it's
it's
so
even in the
good.
beginning of the movies. Every beginning of the movie, he's with his adopted parents, and
he's orphaned.
and you're just like, fuck these assholes.
Yeah.
And then he goes to the fucking wizard place, and now he's a top dog.
Yeah, and
like,
he's getting pussy left and right. That's the point.
Speaking of getting pussy left
Go
and
ahead.
right,
He's fucking
famous
Hermione.
homeschooled
Everybody
celebrities.
knows.
We've
Okay.
got a list, courtesy of Norman.
Okay.
Boy, this is exciting. This is way more than I thought.
Really?
And also not the list I thought.
Very humbling. Go
Because
ahead.
let's just go ahead and, first of all, before I read the list, give me some that you actually think would be on that list.
Weirdos.
Yeah.
Let's talk.
You're assuming they're all weirdos, right?
Yes. Yeah. I'm talking like David Lynch, homeschool.
Sure. Danny Bonaducci comes to mind.
Sure.
Yeah. Yes. Sure. Yeah. Actors. It goes.
Christina Ricci.
Listen, but child actors often do because they work on sets.
Yes,
So they have
and
to be.
a lot of these are child
actors. Macaulay Culkin was. I just heard him on Rogan talking about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dakota Fanning.
Obviously. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ryan Gosling.
Oh, I love him so much.
But he was
Yeah.
back in the Mickey Mouse Club, so that's
Yeah.
when he
You had to
was-
be.
Child.
Yeah.
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 Justin Bieber.
Obviously.
Serena Williams.
Playing tennis since
But
the
these
age
are
sense.
all
of
these are all
2.
professional.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mayim Bialik.
Maya. Oh, she's Blossom.
Awesome, yeah.
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 Erica Badu.
Oh, really? I like her.
Miley Cyrus.
Yes.
Condoleezza Rice.
Condoleezza Rice was the one that threw me for a loop.
Condi.
Condi.
I didn't know that.
Love me some Condi.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
The person Christina P. could care less about, Brad Pitt.
I love him. Who's touched these? How many fingers have
New,
been on
brand
there?
new bowl.
You didn't touch
Swear
it with
to
your
God.
dirty
Nope.
paws? Okay.
We did a podcast yesterday, and I can tell you that it's changed since yesterday.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks. I'll eat that.
Yeah.
I know that this apartment has frat room vibes,
Dude vibes?
dude vibes. But guess what? I ain't holding back on the fresh bears.
Wait
Okay,
a second. What's with two
they're
exercise?
They're on the way out.
What's going on?
They're on the way out.
You know what? He grew up
I
a
didn't
fat
even
kid.
look. I didn't even
I go to the gym to play basketball, and I do my
I love
do
your
my
home.
cardio here. Thank you.
It's such a dude home.
Justin Timberlake,
Of course. Yeah,
Selena
these are all
Gomez,
entertainers.
Child
John
star,
Travolta,
child star.
Tim Tebow,
Tim
Taylor
Tebow.
Swift.
I was right.
Wow, you
Giving
were
out the
right.
Tim.
You know, you're
giving
so
out the,
smart.
He just giving out the homeschool vibes.
You knew it.
He just gave out these homeschool.
Demi
vibes.
Lovato, Gwyneth
Of
Paltrow.
course.
Gwyneth Paltrow makes complete sense.
Well, she's
Jennifer
totally
Love Hewitt.
fucking weird.
Paltrow
Yeah.
is weird, isn't
So
she?
fucking. I like her. I'm not.
What has she done that's been the most insane? Like, because I feel like there's been 4 or 5 instances.
I'll tell you what it is. She's so disconnected from reality because she's grown up a showbiz kid. Her mother
Yeah.
was famous. She's
Yeah.
a showbiz family.
Her godfather is literally Steven
Okay.
Spielberg. That's her godfather.
Spielberg.
Yeah.
So that's why you have it and then
She's
she.
Wendy in Hook.
Okay. So she
Gwyneth
goes on
is?
the
Yeah.
internet.
She's the young Wendy.
Whoa.
Yeah,
That was her first movie. Is her godfather just like, yeah, sure, I'll throw you a hook.
I got a little distracted by Julia Roberts' Tinkerbell. I was like, okay, and I want to fuck a fairy. So here we go.
But she, she's telling women like, there's a skin cream. It's only $800. It's the same thing like Oprah does.
Oh boy.
Where she's like, my favorite things, $1,000 slippers. You're like, bitch, nobody's gonna do this. Nobody can afford anything like that.
Yeah.
Go ahead. I'm curious to hear.
Tuna salad from Antarctica.
Yeah. Like, who the fuck can afford?
The tuna's just so much more delectable. Don't give a fuck.
Well, because the penguins, they breathe on it.
Yeah.
Jennifer Love Hewitt.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Well,
but also
child star as well.
Yeah,
yes.
These are all actors.
And here's the last one, which I think, obviously.
Yeah.
Tom Cruise.
Oh, obviously, yeah. He's weird too, yeah.
I don't think a school would have handled him. I think he would have somehow became principal, and they would have, and then he would.
9,
you know what I'm saying?
But talk about the power of positive thinking.
Wow.
Like that guy's always.
I actually
inspiring.
fucking love Tom Cruise.
I know.
I think he's unbelievable.
Great.
And when I saw him do this jumping out of a plane thing with James Corden to promote the last Mission Impossible movie, I was like, oh, he's so game and he's so fun with Corden. And I'm like,
yeah.
So he believes in aliens.
Yeah. This is minor. But he's old as fuck too. And
that's the other thing.
That last
doing his own stunts.
Yeah, bro.
Looks fantastic.
That fool runs the whole movie. There's just fucking that means like an entire day of shooting is just like go, and he runs through the village, and then he runs up the stairs, then he runs down the fucking thing.
Dude, he's fighting underwater. I'm tripping out of Ubers, spraining my ankle. And he also I love reading these articles of he's like, production was halted because he broke his leg sliding down a 1,000-foot window at a 90-degree angle, 500 feet in the air, and you're like, yeah,
because he's
not
50.
normal.
He's fucking 50 years old.
Because
crazy.
It's madness. Because now I know people that are 50.
I know,
and they're not doing that.
No,
they're not.
No, it's really hard to do that. To look that good.
So,
do you have any? We got like 5 more minutes. You good?
Yes, I'm totally.
Do you have
all the time in the world for
okay,
you guys.
great.
Yeah.
How often do
She's
you?
away from her kids. She's happy.
Yeah, I got so happy.
But you're missing them. You're thinking about them.
Me from this person. No.
How often? Oh, go ahead.
No, you go.
How often do you think about your Road Rules days?
I'm a lifer. I think about it now.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? There are people who do the challenges and then they host, and we call them lifers, the ones that keep going, and they made a career, which is great. Like, why not? If you love it, I don't think about it.
Well, if they ask you to come back and do a show, an MTV, no.
Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, see you later.
Zero chance of that happening.
How did that even happen? And was it fun?
Millions of dollars for me to do it again. How did it happen?
Yeah.
I went to a casting call in San Francisco. I was poor and I wanted to travel, and I actually wanted to be on The Real World.
Me too.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You'd be great on that.
Once I saw the Hawaii one, I was like, that looks like a blast.
That one with Ruthie ODing in the shower?
Yeah.
You're like, sign me up.
Yeah. Do you see how nice that shower was?
Fucking Tech partying.
Yeah.
And
Tech was cool.
I know. I met Tech.
did?
I think at the Laugh Factory maybe one
What
night.
happened to him? Is he DJing? I'm sure
Probably,
he's
doing
DJing.
something. I would have to say that, like, to me, you are on the reality show Mount Rushmore.
Yep.
Thank you.
It's
Thank
like,
you.
Fuck yeah, you are.
You, Theo Vaughn,
Thank you.
Kelly Clarkson.
What an honor. Kelly Clarkson.
Wait, was she?
You guys have done it.
What a talented roster. No, we are. I guess, you know what? It was the golden age.
Yeah.
It was before it was nasty and mean.
Yeah.
Right.
It was
Drama.
so innocent. Like, they literally would just give us money and go, hey, go drink, have fun tonight. Wow. And then we're like, okay. It was so fun.
You enjoyed it, yeah?
I liked
You look
it.
back and you go, that was
it's the best.
yeah.
And I have love for everybody on the cast, and I still keep in touch with most of them.
that's rad.
Wow.
Yeah. And we're all, we're
Adjusted?
all parents now.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Adjusted?
Are the people adjusted from it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
More or less.
Yeah.
I think.
I'm always curious if there's one person that's like holding on and like, sends one mass text at like 4 a.m, like thinking about going on another fucking challenge. Who's up right now?
There might be one or two.
For sure. Yeah.
There is,
Yeah,
Sure.
yeah, because when we had
Never forget.
when we had
1997. And you're like,
Weeman on the podcast, he was talking
that's
about
great.
all like the other, like there's a couple Jackass guys who are like,
Yeah.
hey, so when we do another movie, guys?
Well, I'm sure they.
Yeah.
I hope they kept their money. Those guys.
Yeah.
Some did.
Yeah. But can I tell you that that TV show and those movies are probably my favorite things in the world.
Oh God,
No kidding.
When could you not laugh at that?
So
Do you remember
funny.
seeing the first movie in theaters?
Yeah, I loved
my
it.
mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These guys were like just a bunch of gnarly skateboarders stapling their nuts to shit, and you're like, oh, that's comedy. It's so good. And how taxing on their bodies. They ruin their bodies.
But it's
for
what
that
like
stuff.
and
So good.
and back to the whole kind of like you got to socialize and you got to bully, kind of. Like that's what we did as kids to make each other laugh. Like we did stupid shit. Me and my friends used to play a game called Nutball.
Yeah,
where you would stand.
Yeah,
one
I've seen guys
person,
play that.
one person at one end of the room, one person the other. You take a rubber band ball, and then you have to have your legs spread. You have to keep them spread the whole time. You throw it. You try to hit the other guy in the nuts. If you hit the other person in the nuts, you get to leave and you're safe. And then he's like doubled over in pain, and now he has to play again. That's what that was the game we played.
Or buns up. Was that what it's called? You just hit some guy in the ass. It's the same fucking thing. We're so sadistic.
Yeah, like those were our games.
I know.
And it's not because like it's not like we're talking about like, oh, we were in the 1940s and we just had a hoop with a stick. You know, like that. No,
that shit looked fun though.
Right?
When
You
the
know,
kid
like,
running with
yeah,
it.
man,
that's a
trying
bad
to get the hoop
example.
going. That's like every old time movie. There's always a kid running, trying to get the
little rascal.
Yeah, trying to get the hoop going.
Yeah.
Like we had other shit to do.
Yeah.
We had video games. We had like we had good TV shows, but it's like that was still fun.
So fun.
And that it helps to like beat each other.
Well, because
It really
kids
does.
are shitty by nature.
Yes.
They're actually shitty people that you have to civilize. That's the whole point, right? Parenting. Yeah, you have to get that sadistic stuff out of you as a little kid.
Yeah.
It's just part of growing up. And then you learn what the boundaries are. Oh, I can't be mean to somebody like that. I can't do that.
Yeah. So you're
That
not
doesn't
going to be
work.
that parent that like you kind of hear about like typical Hollywood parents or like stereotypical like, "Oh, you're vaccinating?"
No,
Have
I
you heard
vaccinate my kids.
Have you heard about the dangers
Yeah.
of vaccinating?
Yeah. No, I pay attention. Do you watch a Red Table Talk?
No.
Jada. Oh, you got to fucking.
Would Jada Pinkett?
You got it. The Smiths, you're not watching this shit?
No, what is this?
Oh, it's
I am a big Will Smith
fascinating.
fan.
So am I.
Yeah.
Is this like Jada just saying all the weird shit they do to their
Yes,
kids?
please. Yeah.
Oh
Is it
my
great?
God.
You got to get into
Well,
this stuff.
they're
So
I need
weird.
to know how their kids turned out. I need to know why Jaden is Jaden.
Exactly.
Well, because every morning they would put a butterfly on the top of his nose and say, "You can't wake up until this thing flies away."
That's
Sometimes it was days,
right.
but he learned discipline.
We learned discipline, right? Well, no, Jada she goes, well, when Jaden came to me at 15 years old and said he wanted to move out, I let him move out to be his own man. I'm like, wait, what did you just fucking say?
No.
to me?
Into the
Yeah.
pool house,
Yeah.
2 blocks away.
Yeah.
We own the cul-de-sac, by the way.
Exactly.
It's called Smith Boulevard.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, what are you talking about?
No.
Basically, he wanted to be emancipated because he fucking hated you. Isn't that what that is?
Yeah. She's trying to spin it.
Right,
So I
like,
let him be a man. And I'll never forget what he said when he walked out the door. "Fuck you, Mom. I've been waiting for this for 10 years.
By the way,
And I said, wow, at 5 you wanted to leave? That's some bullshit.
Yeah.
But come back with some
That's
sandwiches.
so so detached from reality where it's like,
Right.
okay, a 15-year-old Will Smith's kid moving out is not you.
Not going to happen.
If
What would your-
if
No.
15-year-old
No.
us goes up to our parents and goes, "Hey, we're moving out," they're like, "Cool, bye," and they put us on the street. And we have nothing.
I know.
We're not down the street at the 4-bedroom
Chateau
pool house.
Marmont where he's staying. No, I
yeah,
know.
with like 9 butlers. They're just kind of checking in, going, "Still good?
Yeah, it's fucking bullshit.
Still alive?"
But this,
Mom, I'm leaving, and all I'm taking is my nutritionist, my yoga instructor, my personal
Xbox,
trainer.
my Maserati, my
Ex-
hot air balloon,
Yes.
and my
Right.
Pop-Tarts.
I'm
Right.
taking all of that. Fuck
Right.
you.
But I have to say, the level of confidence with these kids, with Jaden, and you watch them, you're like, if I had just this
I
much
know.
of that,
A little
and
bit of
I
Jaden.
envy it. Yeah,
I know.
You're like, wow, you're
He should sell
so-
Jaden juice because, first of all, Jamba would be out of a job.
Yeah.
Right.
Because you're like, Jaden's like, we don't even need Boost. You just, the Boost is looking at me while you drink it. And you go, go on. You know?
Right. It's intoxicating. He's so secure in some way. I
Speaking
don't know. I
of
don't know what that
confident,
is. Go ahead.
and I can't believe we've waited this long, but what's the update with Garth Brooks? What is happening in the Your Mom's House world with Garth?
We know Rogan has Kanye.
Oh, is that
Like
Yeah.
Kanye's coming on the Rogan podcast.
is that crazy? I cannot
you
wait.
guys.
I can't wait for that.
For you guys.
Dying.
Is Garth the top?
Garth Brooks has got to be.
How did that start?
How does it started? Because I'm huge on Instagram
Yeah.
and Facebook, and I came across his social media platforms, which are just horrible. Whoever's coaching him is not doing it right. And Tom, I was like, Tom and I were just watching his videos. Like, this is fucking wacky. The guy something's not connected. Sure. The way he's talking and then what's really going on, it's a disconnect. And what is that? So we just went down the rabbit hole, and now the fans are just lighting his shit up. Like, Garth Brooks' social media is officially mommified and sabotaged.
Oh, the content that has been spewed out, and the when you guys showed me some of the photo mock-ups they'd done, putting your guys' faces on him, and
it's great.
Yeah.
I hope he comes on the show.
I bet he will.
I mean, we got Gloria Estefan once because we were talking
on the
about
show.
She fucking called into your mom's house, dude. This is like, I don't know.
Miami Sound Machine.
Yeah,
Gloria
the Miami
Estefan?
Fart Machine. We put farts in that song, and we just did it with farts, and it caught on. And she ended up, the conga song to farts.
What are her famous songs? The Rhythm's Gonna
She's
Get You,
got
right?
So many, so talented. She's so talented. I can't remember them all now.
That's amazing that you got to talk to her.
Yeah, so we're hoping that Garth calls in. We're gonna work on it.
It's only a matter of time. What's he doing? Selling out arenas?
Like,
it doesn't take all day.
Fucking loser.
He's doing a residency in Vegas, so he's probably hanging out there a lot.
Is he really?
You guys would go out, right?
Yeah.
You drive out there to do a podcast with him.
A big ass stadium tour. Are you a fan of Garth Brooks?
I'm a fan of his live show.
Yeah, tell me about that.
Like, because it's just he's one of those guys where even if you don't like the music, you watch him and go, "Fuck, dude!" Like, you're putting everything into it.
He's a good performer.
Yeah,
sure.
Good performer.
Yeah, Celine Dion too.
I saw Celine Dion.
Well, no, I've been thinking about. You're the one. That
I told you on your mom's house.
And I keep thinking about the joke that she told. Tell a joke.
Oh, in the yellow dress, she comes out. And by the way, at the peak of my highness, like literally the 2 blunts we smoked, like had kicked in, and it was, and the show was. I want to preface by saying unbelievable. I'd go see it again.
Yeah.
But too much stand up. That was not.
She thinks she's cute.
She thinks she's cute.
Yeah.
But where she got me, which by the way, like all her jokes, like, were just falling flat. And then, I mean, a lot of her friends left. And then she came out in that yellow dress and goes, "Look at me, I'm so yellow. I'm so yellow. I'm so yellow, yellow. I'm so yellow." And I'm sitting there being like, no one's disputing the color. Fucking sing a song. And she's like, "I'm so yellow." And then she goes, "It's like and then she pauses and turns and looks back to the camera and goes, "Celine Dion." And I went.
I love it so much, though. Yeah, I like it.
I laughed so hard.
Yeah.
What?
Hey, can I tell you something? Ever since you told that story on your mom's house, I think about it once a day. And I'm like, Celine Dion.
I think about it.
Kind of funny.
It's very funny.
I think about it whenever I see Dijon mustard.
I just wish they would have cut to on a big screen the writer backstage who wrote that condiment pun and was just like, boom! I knew it would work. She
told me it wasn't funny.
Yeah.
It's gold.
I mean, Celine Dion.
I know.
It's so. There you go. That's Gloria.
Wait, hold on. No, this is the.
This is baby making music.
There it is. There it is. There it is. My husband did this.
He's real good with this
stuff. He made this. It's good. It is good. My husband made this.
I love how much pride you have.
I know, I'm so proud. He's so funny. There you go.
Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Did you have a good time?
I had such a good time, and I thank you for having me, and I love your scented candles, and I love your 5 treadmills, and I love all your weird posters and your gummy bears.
5? How'd you know I had 3 more on the way?
It's so weird. It's so weird.
We love you.
I love you.
You're
guys
the best.
so much.
ChristinaP.com. Give us
Christina. Yes, Christina.
Christine.
Yes.
Yo, Christina P.
.com. Your tour dates.
Oh, Christina P. online. I had to do that because of my fucking dumb last name.
Okay.
I'm coming to Denver January. Is this going to air
Monday
soon?
Yeah.
Okay,
Monday.
January 31st or February 2nd. Denver at the Comedy Works.
Oh, best club in
downtown.
the country.
I'm doing Acme and Minneapolis coming up.
Yes.
It's another great club.
I don't know, a bunch of shit. Christina P.
Great.
online.
And just go to subscribe
Yeah.
to your mom's house.
If you're not already, which you
great
are.
podcast.
Prescribe, I think is the
Yes.
word.
Yeah.
And go comment on Garth Brooks' Instagram.
If you're not already looking at Garth,
say some shit.
He's this is my big ass stadium tour. And then
He's
rage.
got crazy eyes.
Did you see the one where he's recording? He's like, welcome to Studio G. And then there's a knock on the door, and he's like, is that supposed to happen? And then
I think he's on a drug. He sounds like very paranoid. Like he's looking around like, oh shit. Like,
well, there's rage. And then it's them bringing in the birthday cake with Trisha, his wife.
Yeah.
And they're singing. He's like, oh, it's my birthday, everybody. Happy birthday to G. And he refers to himself as G.
Yeah.
It's, like, it's so weird. It's weird.
Slick content.
Slick stuff. Neat
Slick
stuff.
stuff.
Cool
Neat stuff. He always looks like he's a couple moments away from eating a bowl of Cocoa Puffs and be like, can you believe a bird made these? You know? And you're like, all right, dude. Harry Henderson's is based on a true story. You're like, no, it's not. You're crazy.
Henderson is based on a true story.
Good night, everybody.
It's about last night.